Hello and welcome to gotstockz. Today is Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. Today we're going to be talking about Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. We're going to look at some of the fundamentals and then we're going to look into the charts. So here we go. So the GTZ-19 introducing Apple Intelligence AI for the rest of us and expecting updates coming with some of their products moving forward. Apple Intelligence, the next big step for Apple is here. Apple Intelligence is personal intelligence built into your devices to help you write, express yourself, and get things done effortlessly every day, all while setting a brand new standard for privacy and AI. So currently, this is the Apple stock. The current market cap for this company is $3.3 trillion. The PE ratio is 31.85. That's the price to earnings ratio. Here's today's volume. Here's the average volume. This is very important. The average daily volume is 62 million shares approximately. That's how many shares trade throughout the day each day. Today's volume is 167 million. That's the big institutions that are funding the ETFs, the Roth IRAs, the 401ks, you name it. That's the big money coming into this stock, and this is what we need to pay attention to, so we're not playing the guessing game. We're going to follow the big money, and we're going to look at the big money, but you have to look at the big money through technical analysis in the charts. What I want you to look at is this area right in here. Look at the volume bars, and we're going to dig into this in another chart here shortly. I just want to briefly go over this with you of what's going on. This is of extreme magnitude and something that we need to pay very close attention to if we want to make a substantial amount of money in the stock market. So here's just to list a few of some of the ETFs that hold Apple stock. We have the VTI, the VOO, the SPY, the IVV, the VUG, QQQ, XLK, VGT, IWF, and the IVW. This is a 5-year weekly chart. So 5 years ago, the stock was trading at $48.04. Today's high is $220.20. If you look at the past 5 years, this stock has been in an upward trend. And then this was the participation of our bear phase market in 2022. So here's 2023. It was up from January all the way through this area, while the market was continuing in a bullish phase and going upward. Apple did not participate, but Apple is late to the game, but here we are. This chart we're looking at right now is a 1 year, 1 day chart. Each candle represents 1 day. The white line represents a 10-day moving average. The purple line represents the 21-day moving average. The green line represents the 50-day moving average. And the red line represents the 200-day exponential moving average. Earnings estimate was $1.50. The actual was $1.53. And the stock gaps up. So the average volume was 60 million range. This gap up is 163 million. This is an analogy. 100 million more people come into the store and buy one stock. 100 million. That's substantial. That's not you and I buying. That's the Merrill Lynch's, the Fidelities, the Schwab's, all the big institutions, and there's many, many more of institutions out there, and a lot of ETFs that have a heavily weighted position of Apple in their portfolio. They did not participate in this AI movement, but now they've made their announcement and they are participating. So when do we want to get in? We want some of this action. I want to make some of this money. Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Google, they've all participated in nice uptrends and have done very well in the past year, and Apple has not. But Apple's story turns around on their last earnings. They gap up, and here we are. This is the announcement of their Apple Intelligence, and the street and the investors like what they heard. Yesterday, the volume traded at 172 million shares. Today's volume, 193 million. This is a good opportunity. Let's take a look at when we want to enter this. So if we're looking at Apple for an entry point, we're going to look at the 10-day moving average, the 21-day moving average, the 50-day moving average. Typically, if a stock in a healthy upward trend will trade its 10 and its 21-day moving average and occasionally break and touch the 50-day moving average. When a stock starts trading below the 50-day moving average, you can just stay out of the way because it typically goes to the 200-day moving average, and then you can start looking at it. So these numbers will change. This is just a guideline. Wait a little bit because this thing is extended. It's going to pull back when either the moving averages will catch up to the price of the stock, it'll slow down, it'll start consolidating, and the moving averages will move up and it will catch up to the stock, or the stock will retrace and have a sell-off period. And that's where you want to pay attention to the volume, because volume gives us all the information. The 21-day moving average, if you want to look at 193.65, is currently a good entry point. And then if we go down to the 50-day moving average, we're looking in the range of 186.40. So what I want to do now is I want to back this out. Let's see what 6 months looks like. 6 months is good. So we're going to draw an area. Let's draw a line from here. 199.62, and then the peak of this. These are areas of interest to enter the stock. Let it pull back. We've got a lot of volume coming into this, trading at all-time highs. This is clearly a major breakout. Over $3 trillion global company. I like it. I like what I see. I love the company. I love the products. I use all their products. I'm not biased. I go by the charts. That will complete our analysis of Apple. Hopefully this information is helpful for you. Do your due diligence. Don't be in a hurry. Don't have FOMO, fear of missing out. Always dot your I's and cross your T's. And don't forget the Z. God bless and happy investing.